Hey, what's up everyone? We have some exciting news about the next patch because the developers just revealed that there's new invite-only lobbies, super samples at level 6, and a bunch of information, and we're going to go over it as well as the community manager has answered some questions. If at any point you enjoy the video, consider giving it a thumbs up by tapping the like button below the video. Alright, this information was revealed around 11 o'clock today, but I did not get to it because I wanted you guys to digest the information earlier today, and hopefully that did help with the major order. So with that being said, right here we can see that Twinbeard said, "So about that patch, here's a little something. It's Friday after all, have a great weekend, divers." And as you can tell, he does leave some information right here with a meme. The good old Vince McMahon meme. Ah man, I love wrestling. It was a part of my childhood, honestly, but continuing on right here, it says, patrols and spawn rate reverted. Okay, we kind of knew that was going to happen. Visible supply lines and attack origins. Okay. And then it gets more insane here because now we get invite-only lobbies, super samples at level 6, unlimited grenade fix, and when we get to the very bottom, it says 100 changes and fixes. I know some of you have said, hey, this next patch is not going to be big, but I responded to most of those comments by saying, hey, no, I think it's going to be fairly large. And if you think about the patch itself and how long it's been taking them to, kind of say, hey, this is when we're going to release it, it's been a while. It's been about a month, or about a month and a week, right? So we'll just go with a month. So it took them about a month to reveal this information, and it's good to know that this is coming up very soon, and I will be giving you guys my comparison video and telling you all about it. But this right here is some important information, and it's coming Friday, so there you go. If you have any thoughts about this, feel free to chime in down below, but we're now going to continue on and take a look at some of the questions. If we take a look at the community here over at the Helldivers 2 official Discord, this member asked, do we have an ETA or an exact release for the next patch? Twinbeard responded with, next week still stands. Details will likely follow early next week. It'll be a busy week for sure. Now, in the past, we have seen these updates arrive on Tuesdays, and typically they have popped up around, 3 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 4 o'clock in the morning. But with this one, it's different because this update is going to pop up on a Friday, which we have not seen in quite some time. We have commonly, again, seen the updates pop up on Tuesdays. We've seen them pop up on Wednesdays. But this one is going to be arriving on a Friday, which is definitely, different. It's not the usual, but we'll see what happens when it does arrive. The next question is by this member who said, any info you can share at all regarding rebalance, just a very loose expect this ABD that would do wonders. Any changes to assault rifles or support weapons? Are you sure focused on balancing weapons directly or rather the enemies we shoot at? Interesting spelling there with assault rifles. Continuing on, the community manager wrote back saying, don't want to spoil the surprise or go outside my jurisdiction. Let's just say that since there are more than 100 balances and gameplay changes and fixes, you can read between the lines that yes, there are a few of them. So in regards to the weapons and rebalancing, there are a few of them. I do hope that the Raptor is fixed. Obviously, they have confirmed that the Spear is going to be resolved in this one with the better tracking, which I'm definitely looking forward to. I'm also looking forward to them buffing certain weapons within the last war bond, which was the Polar Patriot. The weapons in general need a boost in damage. The Plaz was the worst one on the list, and it's the very last weapon. Not a big fan of it, but that one absolutely needs a buff. And last but not least, we have this response to a question about the patch and the meme overall, but this is his response to how big it is, I guess. He says, well, I do this meme as well, haha, but I didn't want it to front that since it could be perceived as me or you or Ma and the devs being angry with each other, which is definitely not the case. It was a combination of me trying to keep expectations down, but also that the patch has been growing over time. When we first started to comment on it, we didn't really know what size it would be. There's also obviously a risk of hyping it too much. We hope this patch is in a good place. Could there be things in there we need to adjust after release? Sure, hopefully most of it will work right off the bat though, and we wanted to offer you something considering how long you've had to wait. Okay, to sort of unpack this for just a second here, I do think it's a bit worrisome just hearing them say, hey, there might be some things we need to adjust after patch. We do not know if it's going to fully work, and that right there is concerning. I'm sure a lot of you probably think the same thing, because let's say that they end up buffing a weapon and we're all satisfied with it, and then next thing you know, they're like, hey, we need to revert that change because it was not intended. This right here has happened in the past with the Liberator weapons, or was it one of them? I forget which one it was, but in the end, there was a huge situation where they nerfed one of the weapons, and that right there I hope does not happen, because that would be a downer, and I'm sure they would receive some backlash on it just like they have with the other nerfs. So there's a good chance on that as well. But besides being negative, I guess, I'm not trying to be, by the way, but this patch could end up being one of the most solid patches that Arrowhead has ever released, honestly, because given the time, the stuff that they are going to release from the newest stuff with the war bonds, I'm sure we're all excited about it. Again, I've discussed this in previous videos about the knife issue. That is the biggest one because a lot of us are just unsure about it. But I have a good feeling that we're not only going to be able to melee with it, but also be able to slash away too, which is going to be really fun. I still believe that's going to be possible. If only we were able to get an answer on that, but I'm sure the developers are trying to keep it a secret. So yeah, I do not expect them to release all this information right in front of us, and I am just excited to see exactly what they've done here. With that information being said, I'm interested in what you think about what the community manager has said here about the patch, and how some things may need to be adjusted afterwards. Is that something that you're looking forward to, or are you just like, hey, maybe we just do not need to release this patch just yet? Maybe they need to focus up a bit more? Give me your thoughts exactly down below. Before we continue on, I do want to cover this right here because the developer was pretty much given a response about the patch and how, you know, they said it was not going to be big, and now you can tell that it actually is. And this is his other response here. Yeah, I know. To be fair, when we started replying to comments and queues about it, we didn't have all the details on what it would entail, and it's easy to overhype, but now we hope the patch is in a good place, and I wanted to give you at least something. It felt way overdue, to be honest. And that's about it with his responses, but to be honest, shout out to Twinbeard for being a great community manager. I really appreciate him for just informing us all on this. It's absolutely great, but we're now going to talk about some information that was revealed about 2 days ago that I talked about. So what was it? Well, when it comes down to the Viper Commando, some of you thought I was talking about that war bond being delayed. No, that's not the war bond that's going to be delayed. The developers have said that it's going to be the next one, the next few anyways. But some had comments saying, hey, this is clickbait, it's not skipped, but it is. It's not the Viper one, but it's the next few, because I guess some have skipped over the video or didn't listen to the very beginning, which every time at the beginning of the video, I always tell you guys what to expect, so that when you are watching it, you're not feeling like, oh, he lied to me or whatever, right? I try to give you all the information straight at the front of the video and give you an overview so that you know what's going on. Apparently I'm running my mouth too much today. This is the second video. I'm gonna have another video out probably later. I have no idea, but thank you all so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.